Permitted pay. This is optional. Specific the permit alternative pay for the vendor. Reconciliation account. This is very important. This is required for the every vendor setup account which is updated parallel to the sub ledger account for normal posting. Sort keys is optional. This field is determined how the allocation field is populated during the document entry when displaying the line item by line items are sorted initially by the allocation field, reference data and previous account number. If you are renumber the vendor master record, number can store the previous or legacy account number here. Payment term. Fill up the payment term. This is mandatory field. Key for defining payment terms composed of cash discount, percentage, and payment period. Double invoice indicator, which means that incoming invoices and credit memos are checked for double entries at the time of entry. Payment method different method by which the vendor can be paid using the automatic payment program. Alternative pay fill up the alternative vendor account. This field is used only if the payment is to be made to a separate vendor. Payment block. Check if required. Block key is used to block an open item or an account for payment transaction. Clear with customer. Check this if required. Indicators signify the vendor open items should be processed collectively with customer open item. This indicator will only display if a customer account is mapped with vendor. Automatic payment transactions payment advised by EDI. Check this if required. This indicator is used to identify that the vendor should be sent all payment advised by EDI. Dunning data. Dunning procedure is used if any advance paid to the vendors pay not paid within due date. Dunning is nothing reminder to the vendor. Correspondence. It consists of dunning vendor's address, accounting clerk details, etc. Withholding tax country. Fill up the country. Tax calculation is depending on pay country. Drill down option available. Withholding tax type. Select the withholding tax type. Indicator is used to classify the different types of withholding taxes. This field is used only any transaction with vendors affecting the tax, that is TDS. Withholding tax code. Select the withholding tax code. One or more tax code are assigned to each withholding tax type. Liability field. Fill up the field. Liability field to be selected for the withholding tax code. Type of recipient. Type of recipient to be defined so that withholding tax rate and codes will be selected according. In above table, there are three categories of field like ROC or for required, which are mandatory, and optional, which depends on client's requirement, and conditional match. Procedural step on screen, create vendor, enter the information as specified in the field in the table above and note below. Screenshot 1. First of all, XK01, we find out this screen and fill up the reference code, fill up the company code in which you want to set up the vendor and click on green check box to press or enter. Blue circle in the taskbar display the code information. Fill up the title, name of the company, Fill up the street, house, number, postal code,